Welcome back to Ryan Jacobson Weather. Hope your Monday is off to a great start. Let's hop right into the forecast for today. And as you can see, there is still some active weather right now across the U.S. There's some scattered snow showers and rain showers across portions of the west. And we also have some rain showers here going along the coast here as that system is finally moving out of the U.S. Going to bring in some cooler air to portions of the Midwest and Northeast this week. So let's hop right in to the forecast for today. So this is the current look right now, and as you can see, there's some scattered snow showers and rain showers across portions of the Midwest and Northeast as cooler air is dropping southward. We also have the remnants of some thunderstorms making it off the coast today. I'll push this forward for you guys going into the afternoon. There could be some snow here across portions of Maine, especially northern Maine today. And then this is going into tomorrow morning here, and you can see a lot of cooler air in place. You can see that these blue lines indicating cooler air kind of stretching from Montana all the way down to around Virginia and then all up and down the northeast and the New England region. So cooler air is in place, a little bit cooler I would say than this time normally per year, a little cooler than average, but nothing like what we saw in January or February, just a little cold snap here at the end of March. And as you see, there's going to be a couple of systems that are going to develop coming around this cold air. There's going to be one, it looks like, on Wednesday. Maybe could even bring a little snow to portions of going to Massachusetts and going to Maine. But again, I don't think accumulating snow is really likely from that. There'll be some scattered lake effect snow showers and probably even some scattered lake effect rain showers just wrapping around this cold air. But nothing major I would expect snowfall wise or even precipitation wise. It all looks generally to be pretty light. This is going to Friday here, and this is kind of when it looks like our next major system may develop here. This is going to Saturday morning, and as you can see, there's that cold air, but it's starting to get pushed to the north here. You can see this warm air here. Look at this high pressure, this warm air pushing the cold air northward. Maybe could cause the potential for some ice here across portions of the upper Midwest and Northeast. We'll be watching this closely, but again, still unknown. We're still 5 days out on this. I'll push this forward for you guys. You can kind of see there's showing some ice here across portions of the Midwest and Northeast. This is going to Sunday here. Maybe a little bit of snow on the backside of the system. And then this is Sunday night. And as you can see, these storms here in the deep south and Dixie Alley, this looks like it to be our next potential for some severe weather. And the SPC, the Storm Prediction Center, has already highlighted a slight risk for severe weather Sunday going into Monday. So again, that potential is there already for next week for the potential for some severe weather. This continues to push to the east, and maybe you could see some more snow on the backside as it looks like another little bit of cooler air comes in behind it, but not as much as like what we're seeing this week. And then after this point, this is going into next Thursday here, so this is over a week out. It looks like warmer air is going to be coming back in, and that could maybe be the end of winter for most areas. This may be the last little push of winter for portions in the Midwest and the Northeast. So here's the temperature outlook over the next couple of days. It's right now chilly here in portions of the Midwest and into the New England region. You can see that cold air is just kind of hang around here, sit around over these next couple of days. It'll get pretty chilly here in the evenings, getting into the mid-20s even most areas across the Midwest and Northeast. This is going now into Thursday. And then this is Friday here. And this is when our next storm kind of starts to develop here. And the European still showing a sharp cutoff on where that warm air, cold air boundary is. It's right now in here. And this is where that ice would be. See that warm air pushing north, that cold air kind of just stuck in place, you could say. And this was right in this area where you could maybe see the potential for some icing going into Friday night into Saturday morning. And it looks to be a pretty sharp cutoff on where that warm air is going to set. Again, this is all going to change, but that would be pretty crazy to see places in southern Michigan highs 75, northern Michigan highs around 30. You don't see that too often, such a sharp cutoff on that warm air, cold air boundary. And then that system moves through. Some colder air drops back south for maybe a day or so. And then it looks like it's all going to be warm air from then on. And that may be the end of winter. Time will tell on that, but it looks like after the system passes through next week, it looks like it's going to be going right back to warm temperatures across most of the country, especially the eastern United States. Here's your total precipitation over the next couple of days here. There's that system today moving out. Pretty quiet. Like I said, maybe some light precip here in the northeast and portions of the New England region from some weak systems wrap around that cold air. This is going to Thursday here, and this is where our next system develops. Definitely going to be a little bit more precipitation with this system, as it puts a nice swath of precip from around Nebraska going northeastward, kind of right where that cold air, warm air boundary sets up here. So where we're going to see it looks like the heaviest amount of precipitation. Again, the track's still undetermined, but we're looking at the potential for maybe a major, winter storm, possibly some icing going into next week. Here's a look at the total snowfall for what the Europeans putting out. This is going into today here, and like I said, portions of Maine here could pick up to a half a foot of snow today from the system. Again, it's not going to be super long-lived snow, but it'll snow pretty steadily there throughout the afternoon, evening today. A couple inches could be possible, and then this snow that's showing in Wisconsin, Michigan, this is basically all over by now, by the time you're watching this video, because this model run was this morning. But they did see a couple inches of snow across Michigan and Wisconsin this morning into last night. And this is going to Wednesday here, Thursday, and then we'll watch our new system, our bigger system come in. And it tries to put a strip of snow here, right there. This is going to Monday into Tuesday. That kind of looks like to be that spot for snow. Like I said, Nebraska all the way through into southern Canada, southern Ontario, and then maybe the northern portions of Maine. So there's potential maybe for some snow here across portions of the U.S. going into early next week. So this is the total freezing rain map. This is the European and what's putting out here. Let me push this quickly forward for you guys. This is Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and this is when that freezing rain begins to develop here. Look at this. Watch this Saturday, and then boom, there's your freezing rain here. And it is highlighting. Look at this. In Michigan, 2.8 inches of freezing rain. If this happened, this would be detrimental. This would cause widespread damaging impacts for portions of northern Michigan and southern Ontario. It's putting totals almost up to 3 inches of freezing rain, which would be very, very detrimental. So hopefully this does not occur, but it does look pretty concerning for this newest European model run here, because whenever you see over an inch of freezing rain, even over a half an inch, it's very damaging. If you see 2 inches of freezing rain, that is going to cause significant impacts. So we'll be watching this very closely going into the week here, and just watch this closely as, again, large impacts could be possible from this next storm. And along with the potential for some snow and some ice next week, there also is going to be the potential for some severe weather. This is the outlook. This is the day 6 outlook, and we already do have a slight area for severe weather. This includes portions of Oklahoma, Arkansas, Missouri, Illinois. This is going into Iowa and even into portions of Nebraska and even the very northern tip of eastern Texas. So again, SPC Center obviously highlighting potential for severe weather going into next Sunday. And then look at Monday here. We already have a day 7 outlook, and this is a large area. You usually do not see a 15% slight risk this big on a day 7 outlook. So a major storm is looking possible next week, including the potential for snow, damaging ice, and even a potential for severe weather outbreaks. So we're going to be watching this very closely, as multiple hazards are in play, unfortunately. But yeah, you don't see a day 7 slight out risk for this large of an area too often. So we'll be watching this very closely as well. I thank you guys all for stopping by. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Continue to just keep checking back for daily updates on the weather ahead, as we will be closely watching this potential large storm system impacting most of the U.S. and just we'll keep you updated with the newest information. Hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Thank you for stopping by.